Right, I'll kick it off. I've been a Rotarian for 10 years and worked with the community and all the charities. We're under a lot of pressure, like everybody else is at this particular time. We do support all the food banks and various charities through financial aid, but also my main, if you like, hobby is a volunteer at a school called Nexus. I have been there for the last 2 years, teaching children who are challenged mentally and physically. And we have created, I did send you some photographs of a horticultural garden that we've created with limited resources. And we have to take care of various people who can't talk, difficult walking and difficult understanding. And we have grown raised beds. We've now got a polytunnel, and we grow potatoes in tires and things like that, whereby the students can actually gather these products and use them in their own cookery lessons at school. So it's all self-sufficient. And when Mr. Glenn is available to take questions, I do have a little question for him in due course. Thank you.
Sure, great, wonderful. Thank you so much, Brian.
Thank you.
We've got Jennifer over there.
I'm sorry?
Thank you so much, Wizard. Yes, John will answer your question later on tonight. Jennifer?
That's my cat. Hi, I'm Jennifer. I'm from a wee town called Boynbridge in Scotland, and we started a support group within our community about 3 years ago, and since, during COVID and the pandemic, we've been running a food bank ever since then. I kind of started it, but it grew into like a wee group, so we're like a wee family, which is absolutely fabulous. And our community is just exactly what you said at the start. I just love how, because of the pandemic, how the community has came together and they're there for everybody, and they've helped us so much to help provide for other people as well. And their generosity and their kindness is just absolutely amazing. So I just want to say thanks to all of them. It's not just about us being the heroes, it's about them being the heroes as well, and then supporting the charities and stuff that are in the community. So it's been I was overwhelmed to actually really know I was nominated, so there you go, didn't know who nominated me.
Yeah. Well, amazing to hear your story, and exactly right. Like that's the spirit of communities and coming together that we are celebrating tonight and honouring you guys and also others. We've got Barbara here who wanted to have a word. Nabil, can you? Yes, thank you.
Yeah, hi. I am Barbara. I'm the Minister of St. James's in Ayr, and I would just like to say a wee word about our wonderful junior church, because we couldn't quite convince them that it is exciting for children to hear an MP, how eminent, however he might be. They have always been great at collecting for charity, collecting toys for children first, but they really stepped up during lockdown. We think they made cards for people in care homes. They posted them either through the man's letterbox or distributed them themselves. And they continued to collect for charities. And they also made videos for our community, which is great to connect people together, to make them see that kind of life goes on.
Amazing, thank you. We've got, for all of our children, we've got guaranteed prizes tonight, which we will be sending. We will talk about it later. So,
fantastic. Can I just say we have somebody here. I'm so sorry to interrupt so rudely. We have somebody here to represent them. That's Moira Smith, the leader of the junior church.
Okay, wonderful, thank you. Razia and Zobia. Nabil, could you unmute, please?
Yep. Looks as though they are.
No, yes, there we go.
Yes, okay. Hi, we're from Hamaya Haven in Birmingham, and we support offender families from BAME community. So that's mainly a majority of our clients are from the Asian community. And we also just recently, we're going to be 4 years operating in the next few days on the 25th of March. And we've also recently set up a project where we've successfully been able to go into 8 prisons. We're not going to be able to go directly because of the lockdown. And we'll be delivering packs for Muslim prisoners for Ramadan, like prayer mats, Qurans. And so we thought we won't get prisons wanted to work at this stage, and we were surprised to have 8 prisons. So now we're having to raise like sponsorships and donations for like 1,300 prisoners. So it was a big task for us. So yeah, and also we did do some Christmas hampers. That was on a voluntary basis as well. So this project we're doing as well is on a voluntary basis. So yeah, that's what we just wanted to highlight what we're doing.
Thank you very much for highlighting your work, and I'm sure all of us have read each other's stories.
Yeah.
So that's amazing to hear. I just wanted to give a shout out to Teresa Young from High Wycombe Mutual Aid, but she has raised her hand herself. So let me give her the floor. Bill?
Yeah, we should be good to go.
Yeah.
Hello, yes. My name is Teresa Young. I belong to a group called High Wycombe Mutual Aid, which was set up at the start of COVID. So we've been running just over a year now, just under a year. We help people who need shopping, who are self-isolating. We've had a lot of volunteers who are helping people with their shopping, picking up prescriptions, and also friendly calls, people who are isolated. We've also been working with other groups in the local area, and the groups that are supplying food as well, hot food to people who are isolating. Yeah, sorry, I've gone blank. So my particular part that I help with is sending out letters, because a lot of people who are older do not have access to computers. So I send out all our communications by mail. So that's what I volunteer to do. I also help with the matching team, who coordinate the volunteers with the people who are actually asking for help.
Amazing, thank you. I've got a little note here about a person who's been helping us at the UK Community Network during the pandemic. Jonathan Childs, is he here?
I'm not sure if he is. Jonathan, if you're here, sort of raise your hand or unmute, but doesn't look like he's on the list.
Okay, but he should be joining us. He sent a question as well to the minister. I'll say a few words about Jonathan. He was in charge of the UK Community Network group in Norfolk during the first wave of the pandemic. And he's been absolutely amazing and relentless and working 7 days a week, 7 nights a week, like literally non-stop. And he's now fundraising to help the most vulnerable. And he's been working with local farmers on that. And being deaf might have discouraged some people from taking an active community role. But Jonathan is not the one to give up. He's an inspiration, and he's helped by his lovely wife. And I can just only say the words of praise to this amazing hero. Rosie Dawson.
Hello, yeah, I'm blown away hearing all these stories, and I just wanted to give a shout out to the little town that I'm from in South Devon called Dawlish, where very quickly last year 13 organisations, mostly the not-for-profits, kind of joined together to see what they could do to kind of look after the community, really. So starting with things like hot meals and sorting out volunteers for deliveries and prescriptions and all the usual things. But they've also done things like virtual Father Christmas, Easter Bunny deliveries to your door, all like activity packs going out, like nearly 1,000 now. And born from that was our very shiny, lovely volunteer Debbie, who is here somewhere, who's walked over 750 miles during the lockdowns, delivering by foot prescriptions and shopping in the community. And it's mind-blowing, and it's so lovely to be here tonight to hear that this is the kind of stuff that's been happening all over the UK. It's beautiful.
Thank you. Can we unmute? I've just seen the name. I cannot see who it is. It just says the director.
It's Music Man Project.
Oh, hello. Yes, can we unmute the Music Man, please?
Hello. Sorry. Yes. My name is David Stanley, and yes, it's just so inspirational to be here and to hear all these stories. My story is that I run the Music Man Project, which is a charity to bring music education and performance opportunities to children and adults with learning disabilities. And we were going very much gung-ho, and we performed at the Albert Hall in 2019, and it was a huge thing. But then the lockdown and everything that's associated with that really did put a huge pressure on people with learning disabilities, and they were very isolated. So what we were able to do was to put a whole online platform together to deliver YouTube, Zoom, Facebook sessions to really connect, to distribute some laptops and some devices so that they can connect to our services. And then for those that are most difficult to reach, I was able to go out and about with my accordion and sing and play to them on their doorsteps, just to give them a little bit of joy, actually, and a bit of hope. So it's a community that are often forgotten, so it was a pleasure that we could use our charity and our experience to reach them, even though they were so difficult to reach during this time. But it's great to be here with everybody. So thank you.
Thank you, David. And as you know from the program, David has prepared a video for us with the performance with his band dedicated to all of you. So we will play this a little bit later. Nicola, can we please unmute Nicola?
Hi, everybody. My name's Nicola. I'm part of an organisation called Good Gym, which some of you may or may have not heard of. We're an organisation that combines exercise with doing good in the community. And we used to meet every week as a group of runners, and we would run to a venue and we would do something good for a sort of a third sector organisation. Obviously we had to change things around during the lockdown and do things differently, but we were still able to get out there. I just wanted to echo what everyone else has said about the power of community spirit, something that I've really witnessed in such huge amounts since the outbreak of the COVID pandemic. And although there's been many negative things, I suppose, surrounding it, there's been so many positives as well. And it's been a humbling and privilege to be part of that. I'm sort of representing, well, one of our regular volunteers, Morris, is somewhere on the screen. Not only has he been actively involved in all the stuff that Good Gym have been getting up to, but he's been delivering meals for local organisations, Meals on Wheels, collecting shopping for people, picking up prescriptions, topping up their gas and electric. There's literally no stopping him. And there's many people within Good Gym that also get actively involved, but Morris especially, and Hazel as well. She's on as well. She's part of another organisation. But I'm just super proud of all of our community as a whole. As I say, it's been a privilege, and now we're heavily involved in the vaccine rollout. So every week, on pretty much every session, a Good Gym member can be found standing, marshalling the car parks or handing out hand gel, keep people nice and clean and safe. So yeah, it really is a privilege to be here and hearing everyone's stories, and well done to everybody that's been nominated. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nicola. I was aware of Good Gym, and I'll be a member as well at some point.
Oh, brilliant! Morris has just got his 50 deeds, so he's
really, gosh,
with his black t-shirt on. Yeah.
Can we give the floor to Hazel Fades, please? Hazel?
Thank you, and thank you, Nicola, because I've actually volunteered with Nicola, and I can't praise enough the work that Nicola does. Her and her team started the People Helping People scheme, which phones residents. We do shopping, and we collect prescriptions for residents, and it has been a lifesaver. And Morris indeed is a lifesaver, because I was looking after a lady during lockdown, and I found it a little bit difficult. She's blind and she wanted to walk. She couldn't do that. It was quite some way. So Morris has taken over. Morris gets her shopping for her, and Morris puts it away. And he really has made a difference to that lady's life. I can't thank the volunteers enough. We've got so many people here who are making a great deal of difference to everybody. I'm particularly helping homeless people. And you asked the highlight. The highlight of my life is that this year has been when we managed to get a homeless man his first place and get him all his belongings, everything he needed for that house. And within a few months, we'd managed to settle him. He's now looking for a job, and we're getting them all vaccinated as soon as possible. So that's what we're working on this week. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you, Hazel. I'd like to say a few words about our youngest environmental heroes also. Both of them are known in their communities for picking up litter and cleaning the areas. And they are literally just children who go to school. So Theodore McKenna, who took on the challenge to pick up 100 pieces of litter in his community. And he did all of that. Amazing job, Theodore. And also Peter Killen from Northern Ireland, who used an innovative approach to litter picking in his community. So thank you, both of you, because, you know, whether it's picking up litter or helping the vulnerable, whatever you do for your community, it all makes a difference and it all matters. Also, a special shout out to Laura McKay and Fiona McTaggart from Tarbert village in Scotland. At the beginning of the lockdown, these two wonderful ladies drew together volunteers in and around the village of Tarbert. And they ensured that older and vulnerable people were supported and looked after with groceries, prescriptions, newspapers delivered, and seeing the volunteers at the doors with hugs and smiles, well, actually maybe not hugs, smiles, and a friendly wave, lightened many people's lives at a very difficult time. Can we have Sarah Bowden, who to say a few words?
So hi, I'm Sarah's husband, Graham. Sarah and I both work together. So she's my boss in work and the boss at home. We nominated a young person and he's here today. And I think it's really important for somebody who is helping us give back to our community. We have, I'm from Tree NI, so we provide training and mentoring support for young people, not in education, employment or training. We help with school dropouts, we help with the PBNI justice system, just sort of cracking the path of some as they stray. We're also very big in the community, and we lost our funding back in 2015, so we raised a social enterprise, and it's been doing really, really well. Our young volunteer that we nominated today has been helping us through a wide range of initiatives, especially during the lockdown. We've been going out to vulnerable service users, and we've been delivering positivity packs, kids packs. At Christmas time, we built a sleigh, put Santa on the van, and we brought Santa right across South Belfast. So about 3,500 homes, and the Easter Bunny's due to go out next week, and the same type of deal. And our young person, Martin, has been helping us right the way through. Here, somewhere on the screen, his face will be redder than what mine is, but very inspirational across some of the stories that you guys have all been doing. These are all pretty amazing, and well done.
Thank you. We've got just a few more minutes. If we can have a very quick one by Sonia. Sonia, can you, Nabil, can you unmute?
There you go.
Hi everyone. So I'm from Himalaya Haven and I started as a volunteer. And one of the things I've loved seeing since last year, March, is the cooperation, the support and the collaboration across community organizations and people in the community. In so many ways, COVID has been horrible, but it's also shown us the best of people and organizations.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sonia. I completely agree with you. Maureen, can you say a few words? Maureen?
Hiya, my name's Maureen. I set Daffodils Dreams up just over 2 years ago to help disadvantaged children and families living in Wigan. We also did chill and chats for the elderly and vulnerable in the community, Feel Good Fridays where we offered mindfulness sessions, yoga, that kind of thing. We work on a referral basis through children's services, schools, other organisations, and provide things for children that a lot of children take for granted every day of their life, be it clothes, bedding, underwear, footwear, Christmas, birthday presents, everything like that we provide for free through our referral process. We identify other needs, like Christmas. We did our Christmas Eve appeal, where we did 300 Christmas Eve boxes, 440 sacks of toys for the children. Through COVID, we delivered our Dilly Daff's cakes to the elderly and vulnerable every Friday. It was an excuse for us to catch up and check up on the elderly in our community, let them know that they haven't been forgotten, they're in our thoughts, and that was very successful. We delivered Halloween packs to the children before half term. We've now got our Easter egg appeal, where we've already done 1,350 referrals and they're still coming in. But we couldn't do anything that we do without the support of the community. We are supported so well. The people of Wigan, the local businesses, everybody supports everything that we do, and we couldn't do it without them. So brilliant. Wigan is a brilliant place to play. People of Wigan are fantastic. Love them.
Thank you so much, Maria. It was really lovely to hear this. We've got 2 more people to say a few words, and then we'll have to move on to the next segment of our event. Anthony.
Hi, everybody. Just like to say congratulations. Listening to your stories and reading about what you've done is absolutely amazing. So my name is Anthony Hughes. We're based in Atherton, which is also in Wigan. We're part of a Good Deeds Trust, which we look after people with dementia and support them. So part of the scheme is that we come up with these devices. They're for the chip. You wear a rubber wristband or a lapel pin, a bag tag, and we put the information on of an emergency contact. So if these people are out and about and they get confused or lost, they just scan their device and it sort of goes through to their emergency contact. Obviously that's a really important role, so we've continued to do that through COVID, as obviously dementia doesn't stop. Also about 2 years ago, because we have a coffee morning on a Monday and on a Friday twice a month, the numbers were getting so big that we didn't have enough room, so we opened a tea room based in Atherton, and that is a non-profitable. Any profits will go straight back into the dementia charity. And from volunteers coming in to get work experience. So we do people with learning differences, mental or physical, and we tailor that to them. Over the last 2 years, we've got 7 people into employment through that. So it's been really rewarding, and people really needed our support through the COVID period. So we still support them, and we do a weekly WhatsApp group or a Zoom group with them, and then we identify any more people who are vulnerable, and when we can, we would do meet up with them outdoors. Obviously, they can't wait until after the 29th of March, but you know, it's just what we all do, and embracing that community spirit, which.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anthony. Let me give you a few words to Caroline Hilton, please.
Marina, can I jump in for a second just to say, guys, if you're not talking, could you please mute, because we're getting a bit of feedback on the call, and yeah, just so we can hear everyone who's speaking.
Michael, can you mute your iPhone, buddy?
All senses, and remember, it's
I'll take care of it from here then.
I just messaged you in the chat. I was like, yeah.
There we go.
All right, Caroline, here we go.
Hi, it's great to hear everyone's stories. I'm a volunteer with Papyrus, which is prevention of young suicide. It's mainly aimed at under 35s. They've adjusted really well during the pandemic, to be honest. They run a helpline from the central offices. It started at Warrington, so again, it's a Northwest based charity. It serves the whole of the UK. They've just opened a an office in Northern Ireland as well. The Hope Line has extended its hours. It was down, I think, for 24 hours in the initial phase. They've extended the hours every day from 9 a.m. to midnight. So they've got someone there if anyone's in crisis or anyone's concerned, doctors, professionals, they can ring and speak to a Hope Line advisor. All the training that they usually do in the community as well, as they've managed to adapt a lot of it to be provided online, so that you can access that online now as well. It's great. It's, you know, it's a life-saving skill to have. It's something that I'm very passionate about. I am. The charity is really, really wonderful, and I would urge everyone to have a look at it. They are really great at upskilling people, giving you the skills that if someone does come and they sort of open up to you, how to respond in that situation in a safe way, and to know what to do and to have the confidence to do it. That's Papyrus, the prevention of young suicide.
Thank you so much, Caroline. I'd like to give a quick shout out to Carlin Lake. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, but I think it's Lake. From the Outside Project. They have been helping the homeless, and they ensure the success of the homeless shelter. So thank you to you as well. And Tracy Matthews from South Africans in the UK group, who's been very, I had so many great messages about her from people she helped and whose spirits she lifted during the lockdown. Right, I think Wendy wanted to say a couple of words, and then we have to move to the next segment, because otherwise we'll be running behind the shuttle. So Wendy.
Hello. Just to say that I'm in Ayrshire, and we're a wee tiny centre. I mean, tiny, it's like the size of your front room. And we've been basically, before lockdown, we were giving out free sanitary products. We campaigned for it, and we've got free sanitary products in Scotland now. We also started up a school clothing bank that all the kids got free school clothing. With the pandemic being closed, we continued to do what we couldn't do outside, and we were delivering food, prescriptions, collecting them, doing everything. But I myself got COVID last year, and I'm now a long COVID patient. So some days is a pure struggle, and we kept going we were even getting referrals late at night. We could be out 8, 10 o'clock at night. People just absolutely can't cope. So we've got standing at the front door talking to them. But I've had great community support. Even at Christmas, we were doing the toy bank again this year, and we had 3 times the referrals, because families just struggling to get their kids toys and stuff. But I've got to say, the community have been absolutely brilliant. Even companies that just set up and started, that had to go and close their shops and go in furlough and stuff, couldn't work. They were turning up at my front door with £200-300 worth of shopping just to help people out. So we've been very fortunate here, and we're still, even the church, local church milestone, and we've just gave stuff up to St Oswald's Church in Maybole. But we are basically a wee band of mad women just running about the town and the countryside helping folk. So and with me struggling with long COVID now, it's been a bit of a struggle myself. So I just thought I'd say what we were.
Thank you so much, Wendy, for your story. It was really interesting to hear.